this is another course, the how to outsource things. But so I will give you a short answer and a longer answer, a strategic answer and a tactical answer. The strategic answer is, for most things where you are not the brand, that are not brand unique, like, you in front of the camera, or your writing, or your thoughts, or your, whatever that is unique to you, the details of who does it and how it's done and don't end up mattering very much. It really doesn't matter too much if the podcast editor that you choose is the world's greatest podcast editor from NPR, who are, from some kind of amazing, publication, or there's some guy in India who's just learning to edit himself. It really doesn't matter. It's something we refer to as the 80-20 rule. If you've got someone who's doing it mostly well, that's going to be good enough. Perfection is the enemy of progress, and you need to get that out of your head. It just doesn't matter. And I'll give you the real example is I'm editing my own YouTube videos. My VA, who's never edited videos for me, I asked her, "You want to try this?" She said yes. She did it. In some places, it was better than what I was doing. In other places, it wasn't. It's a wash. And now guess what? I don't edit YouTube videos anymore. Is it perfect? No. Does anybody watching YouTube care? Absolutely not, because the brand unique stuff, the content stuff, that's still 100% on my control. What B-roll clip she chooses, whether she chooses the girl or the guy as a B-roll clip, or she's got the audio levels exactly the way I would do them, it doesn't matter. No, it's just the impact of it is so small. It just doesn't matter. So my advice to you is not worry about that and just try. And if you don't like it, try somebody else. And in the meantime, you've got 4 or 5 pretty good things. The way that I do this when I'm hiring someone is, if it's just a one-shot gig, I'll just give them a try. If they don't do a good job, I'll throw it away and do it again, somebody else. That's a Fiverr kind of approach. Eventually you'll find someone on Fiverr or wherever that's great, and you'll use them over and over and over again. And then you found someone by trial and error, and that's fine. If I'm hiring someone, usually I hire them to do trial tasks. And if I enjoy working with them 2 or 3 times, I will hire them. And everybody understands that. I'm going to give you this task. If you do a good job, I'll give you another one. If you do that 2 or 3 times in a row, we'll talk about a standing gig. That's the other way you can do it. That would be something you do on Upwork or onlinejobs.ph as opposed to Fiverr, which is really a gig-based site. Does that help? Don't be afraid. Yeah, and it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're doing graphics, for example, and you want really high-end graphics, and you're wanting to do that for $5, you may not be able to do that. I mean, my book cover, I paid $400 for it because I did it over on 99 Designs. Yes, that's exactly right. And I had to go through hundreds of people to find somebody who would do it, and that costs hundreds of dollars. So, you get what you pay for. So that's one thing. Yeah, I mean, I've had lots of success on Fiverr, and I've had lots of things on Fiverr where I paid for it and I was like, this wasn't even worth the time to do it. I think that's normal.
Building your business one night at a time.